Welcome back for Sagittarius December 6th birthday reading. If you are Sagittarius and today is not your birthday and you are watching this, please watch anyways, because if it resonates with you, this can still apply. I'm doing one card for each month for the next year for 2020 and an oracle card to emphasize using the Healers of the Earth Oracle. For the tarot cards, I'm using the Animal Tarot Cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, I did pre-shuffle the cards already and analyze them this time so I can be more thorough. So take what resonates, as you know, it's not going to resonate for everybody out there, but you can always come back to this video during the year of 2020 and see if that month pertained to your card, okay? So, the first card that we have today, and this would be for January, was the Ace of Winter. And just to repeat, in this tarot card, it's not the traditional swords, wands, pentacles. Winter is for swords and air. The summer cards are for cups and water. Spring is wands and fire, and the autumn cards are pentacles and earth. The purple cards are major arcana. The animals are representative of their personalities for which the card may be portraying. So here we have the panda, which is representing the Ace of Winter. And the Ace of Winter, again, is sword and ear. And it says, implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. The oracle card I got was Keeping Secrets, number 48. The ace is a 1, in case you didn't know that. Confidentiality, privacy, and concealment. What I got from these two cards together is that basically you should keep any ideas secret. So implementation of maybe any new business plans, keep it secret, keep it confidential, keep it private for right now. And I wanted to read you this card because I think that Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine do a really good job of explaining the animal. I'm not going to read all the cards, but this one I thought was particularly interesting with the panda. The panda represents determination and the patience needed to eventually succeed, seeing both sides of an issue and staying focused on your goal. I also noted when looking and examining these two cards how interesting it is that, you know, pandas are black and white, right? And in the oracle card, if you look at this winged, I guess, fairy or just lady, that she's pretty much black and white too. So perhaps that could mean something in January, that, you know, an issue could be pretty black and white, or maybe it's not. However, this card can indicate a rocky beginning, but that doesn't mean you should give up. The challenges that you're experiencing are only helping refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. So keep going after your dream and things will work out. And this was the interesting part of what they wrote. We all know that the panda's diet consists over 99% bamboo, and that bamboo can grow in places that are very high. Sometimes they need to climb, and it's very difficult to reach. But still, the panda bear will climb and stretch until they get to the bamboo, and it's in their grasp, which symbolizes their determination to continue on their path regardless of any challenges. And so, like, you should do the same. Be like the panda bear. They can also indicate a terrific new idea, suddenly seeing the truth in a situation, or a need to resolve communication problems before you progress further. So in addition, pandas are internationally celebrated for being completely adorable. Pandas don't like disruption or chaotic energy, and they will often move away to find a place of peace from all the chaos. If you're experiencing any kind of bumps in the road, follow the panda's lead and find a quiet space to think about things and get grounded. Try meditating and praying to obtain information that you may need to move forward. So, looking within. Okay? So, how apropos that happens, right? So, we'll leave that right here. So, that's January. Okay? The next card we got was a Major Arcana, the Dreamer. With the Shepherd Puppy, you are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. The Oracle card we got with this one was Fungi Funeral. So you see a bunch of mushrooms there. And moderation, sobriety, and healthy choices. I thought this was a very interesting card to get with the Dreamer. But the way I think this coincides is perhaps you have some unhealthy choices, that you've been living with or trying to change. Maybe it's a workout routine. Maybe it's drinking less alcohol. As this says, moderation, sobriety, and healthy choices. So in February, it looks like you just want to let go of some maybe vices or bad habits that you want to overcome and make healthier choices. And so that's what this is signifying in February. In March, this one was this kind of had me stumped. I had to actually, I'll be honest, study this card for a while because it kind of set me for a twist. But you have 3 of Summer with 3 birds here. And it says you have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. And so I thought it was odd that the Oracle card emphasized the karmic scales, justice, atonement, and karmic balancing. But when I really, put my intuition to these cards, first of all, you have what are 3 birds here. Now, this is supposed to be more of a celebration card, right? With engagement, wedding, graduations, or birth announcement. But in my mind, it came to birds of a feather flock together kind of thing. Also, with the Justice card, that maybe some of you in March are going to be celebrating. Notice the bird feather here and nothing here. So kind of weighing down the scale more with the feather. That justice usually means something for, being judged in a court of law, either in your favor or not. And so with the celebration card, I kind of felt like maybe some of you are going to be celebrating because you're getting a divorce and not married. Or maybe you are going to be celebrating a marriage. Maybe you're going to be going to the courthouse and be getting married there. So, could go either way, but because of the karmic scales, it did throw me for a little bit of a loop, but I do think some of you might be celebrating a divorce. Not that that's a celebration, typically, I understand, but, in some instances, for some people, it can be a joyous event, even though it can bring a lot of heartache and changes, especially if there's children involved. Like maybe, this could be just instead of 2 birds, like a third wheel type of situation. So you're going to be celebrating to letting go of one of those relationships. Okay. So take it as it resonates, but that is kind of what I felt. In April, we have King of Summer, and basically, this is a penguin, and as we know, penguins, this is the male penguin is very loyal, very faithful to his partner, will mate with only one other, and is very devoted. Penguins also warm the eggs of the children so that they can hatch, and will basically like take care of the kids while the mother goes out and finds food and forages, and the woman can go and do what she needs to do. So this says here on the card, as you can read, Penguin, a trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. So maybe this could be your father or a father figure, or just a wonderful man that has children coming into your life, or maybe providing advice that you need at the time. I did want to read you this one because I thought it was really cute. So let me just find the page real quick. Okay. And so it says, remember, well, this doesn't really pertain. Let me skip ahead. The penguin represents a person or relationship you can absolutely trust. This might be an intimate but platonic friendship or the love of your life. Either way, you're emotionally safe with a penguin around. He can also symbolize getting excellent advice that comes from the heart. The penguin says that you can completely believe who or what is being presented to you. The penguin is warm-hearted, honorable, and very loving. As a friend, he will never let you down. And as a romantic partner, he will never stray and will keep any commitment he makes to you. This penguin will love you as you are, but like the swan, the queen of summer, he is able to see your hidden potential. Therefore, he's likely to want to nurture your gifts and talents. He will encourage you and perhaps even push you to grow, and he'll do his part to help. Penguins are fascinating birds with highly unusual habits. They are, after all, birds that cannot fly, which symbolizes the attainment of great things without having to follow society's expectations. They're also able to drink seawater due to a gland that filters salt from their bloodstream, a symbol of purity. That's very, they're very social animals, but most species mate for life, as I said. And they even have specific vocalizations, so they can call their mates and chicks by name. The male incubates the eggs until they hatch, allowing the female to go out and do her thing, search for food. You can see that's a great metaphor for our gallant king of summer. And who wouldn't want a man like that, right? Loving, faithful, devoted, great father, attentive, pushes you to excel and challenge yourself and grow as a person. Maybe will stay at home while you want to go and further your career, right? And the oracle card we got for this was Remnants of Atlantis, the past resurfacing, past lives, and karma. So maybe this could be from somebody from the past that's resurfacing. Maybe this is an old flame or a friend that's going to turn into a new love for you. Okay, so that's what I got in March. Some love coming in, or just, I'm sorry, that was for April. But definitely in March, there is love. Ace of Summer. Maybe another aspect I got of this is maybe this person is going to give you love advice. And then in March, here you are, Ace of Summer with the dove. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, or the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. This was the oracle card for the Ace of Summer. So this is going to be kind of a surprise to you that this new love comes in. And I think it coincides too with the card before it, as we had the oracle card with the past resurfacing, right? So it is in hindsight, past lives karma, that this unforeseen event is going to surprise you. The next new love, right? 8 of Autumn. The Parrots. And this is June. Okay, here's my page. So June, it's like you're going to be learning. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. And then the card that came with this was purity, virtue, goodness, a pillar of society. And I thought those cards actually went together really well because the card before it was the dove, which is also for purity, right? So you have, just to show you the progression, the penguin here can urge you to do things that, maybe you wouldn't have done before. And so with their support, here comes love, and then here you are going to learn new things, right? Maybe even becoming a pillar of society as well. Excuse me, maybe you're going to be learning law or be a role model to others, being placed on a pedestal, maybe by your new love. You or someone you know could be an example of purity or virtue, or is placed on a pedestal of perfection. If this isn't a person, it could be that a goal you're pursuing is a pure one, or will bring out your most virtuous qualities. Or maybe you've kept your motives pure or made an important decision that serves not only your interest, but the interest of everyone involved. This card can also indicate that you're demonstrating humility, acting as a good role model to others, or striving to become a better person. In some situations, the appearance of this card can indicate that you or someone else is blameless regarding an accusation. If it's you, release any feelings of guilt over what you can't control and what isn't your fault or burden to carry. Let go of the need to prove yourself to others. Know that in the world of spirit, you're whole and perfect just as you are. Doesn't that sound like Mr. Rogers? You are perfect just the way you are. And I like you just the way you are. All right. In July, you're going to feel possibly some stress and dissociation. The hermit usually pulls back, takes time for contemplation, to retreat and go within, to look at their intuition. But it can also be to be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment, right? Again, with the card before, as you're being a pillar of society, goodness and virtue, you're being an example, role model to others. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the hermit is going to go hide and just be alone. It doesn't mean being alone necessarily all the time, right? So it could be that you're just shining your light. You're going to be learning and researching some new things here. And so you're going to be shining brightly, just like the fireflies do in July. And how appropriate I thought that you have the firefly in July, which is usually when the fireflies start showing up, right? To me, in summer always signifies when you see the firefly showing their light. And the hermit is one of the most understood cards because people think that it does mean being alone. Sometimes it does, but it can reflect an inward journey of, exploring your intuition and discovering yourself. Frequently, this can come with meditation and the enjoyment of just being peaceful in your solitude, but just as often it comes through learning from an enlightened teacher or a mentor. And the imagery in traditional tarot gives the appearance that a hermit is alone on a mountaintop, but in reality, he's holding up his lamp so that the many mountain climbers climbing their mountain can see him and find him, and he can offer the enlightenment that he has to share for them in his wise experiences. So for this reason, the firefly here is depicted representing that light within and flashes of great spiritual insight and inspiration. It is the perfect symbol for this card's message because fireflies ask us to follow their example and shine our divine light for everyone to see. And just as the seeker is never alone, our fireflies have gathered in this picture in many numbers in order to show you just how magical that they can be and life can be, right? So that is July. Going within. And in August, we have the Prince of Spring. Passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. The Dolphin. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there is nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. The Akashic Records. Deeper knowing, archaic wisdom. History. Going within, still, the card before with the Hermit. Shining your light. The history of yourself. Researching, being a pillar of society. So just use your intuition when opportunity arises that may be somewhat of a challenge in August, okay? The Prince of Spring. Let's see. So, the Dolphin is working in cooperation with others and providing protection or assistance. Confidence and instinctively knowing just what to do, right? The Akashic Records record our own history and our lives. But it's time to get busy here with this card. An opportunity arises and it needs your full attention right away. So no procrastinating with this Dolphin, who demands that you take immediate action. While expediency is critical, there's nothing here that you cannot handle. Just trust your instincts and move forward. When the Dolphin represents a person, he is very much a knight in shining armor. Or he's a passionate, charming, confident, and charismatic person who can skillfully manage many issues at once. He can also be a bit restless and needs challenge. Without one, he can wander off in search of new adventures. Don't forget, whenever humans are usually in need of help in the ocean, even though this is wands of fire, what does the Dolphin do? Sometimes they will come and rush to a human's aid. They love to help. And dolphins are among the most delightful of all Earth's animals because they're loving, playful, and extremely intelligent. And they see life as one big, joyful adventure and work together as a team. They have their own moral compass and have been known to rush in and rescue many members of our species, including the humans. So, in some cases, dolphins might help a struggling mammal get to the ocean surface so that the drowning animal can breathe. As an analogy, it could be said that when you have too much to do, a prince might show up to help you get your head above water as well. And this could just be emphasizing, perhaps, this King of Summer who will be helping you since April. Quite interesting, right? Okay. Then, in September, we have Six of Winter with a cat sailing in a boat, which seems so silly, but this really just represents, I always think this card is smooth sailing. This rescue cat has maybe seen some challenging times, but they're coming to an end now, and you can breathe a sigh of relief and let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. And the Field of Dreams, I think, just signifies this with bounty, a good harvest, sustainability. So all good things. I really see a good year ahead for December 6th Sagittarians here. I see love, I see opportunity. You're going to grow as a person. And then it gets even better in October that your wishes, your dreams are going to come true, which is represented here with the Oracle card of Moon Magic, sleep, dreams, rhythm, and cycles, because the Star card is a wish fulfillment. Oriole is the bird, and you're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worrying will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. So, smooth sailing, wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, love in the spring, early spring. And then November. This one was very complex for me until I definitely got some conclusions with this. In November, basically, 8 of spring, you have bees here, right? Bees work together. But sometimes when you're working together, you can get frustrated with other people and become quite critical of others. So the bee, you've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. This card was in reverse. The Oracle card. Meeting your twin. Like attracts like. Kindred spirit. Mirror. And what are the bees? Very much identical, right? Like attracts like. They mirror each other. They work together. So I'm going to read you this reversal of this card because then you'll understand, I think, the conclusions that I was drawing as well. Which was basically be, like in the tarot card, be critical of yourself instead of others. So, this is what it said. If you're experiencing difficulties when it comes to dealing with a particular person, job, or situation, it could be that person, job, or situation mirrors or highlights the qualities that you don't like nor accept in yourself. Perhaps the commonalities that are accentuated rather than the differences could trigger irritations, right? And the tarot card here said, you may feel stressful, but remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. So you may be a little irritated. You may find you have, some triggered irritations and arguments, or make a relationship seem like a poor fit. But even in relationships, when there's too much positive in common, can feel uncomfortable, competitive, or unstimulating. But if you're experiencing irritation with someone you share a relationship with, try to avoid engaging in blame or projecting, your negative energy or criticisms onto them. And instead, just be critical. Instead of being critical or attempting to correct others, just turn your attention within to yourself. With love and forgiveness and compassion. If you can become accepting of who you are and your own imperfections, the less likely you'll feel triggered by the imperfections in others. So I think that was beautifully stated. Just, be critical of yourself instead of others. Remember, we all have faults. We're all not perfect. And give someone grace, right? Okay. Last card was the Empress, which seems to be showing up a lot for Sagittarians this month, which is the number 3, the Angora rabbit. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. The Oracle card with this was ice fishing, breakthroughs, and increased self-awareness.
So overview.
January. Here, I'll unplug my phone real quick. So January, here. Keep ideas secret. February, letting go and making healthier choices. Just like a shepherd puppy, shepherds everything along. You will move forward and make healthier choices and letting go of past vices or anything unhealthy that doesn't serve you anymore. March, birds of a feather flock together. Possibly a celebration, but I see possibly even a celebration of divorce or a marriage at a courthouse. April, a friendship, a father, or a love interest comes along, gives advice. This becomes a new relationship, perhaps. Either a past returning love, or maybe this was the past returning love, or they were giving advice about a past relationship, and then it blossoms into something more. And this person will encourage you to go ahead and further your life, career, learning, new self-awareness. Even if you're just reading books, you don't necessarily have to go back to school. July, you're going to go within, shine your light for others, being a pillar of society still with all your knowledge. And then the Dolphin you have in August, which is to start using your intuition when opportunity and challenges arise. And then September, smooth sailing. Happier times are ahead. October, wish fulfillment, dreams are coming true. November, you might be dealing with some stressful situations, possibly with someone you're close to or just have a lot in common with, but give them grace. Be critical of your own self and not others. Don't be so harsh on them. And then lastly in December, you're just going to keep on furthering your self-awareness and your own prosperity and success in life. Beautiful, beautiful year in reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back tomorrow for December 7th, Sagittarians. Thank you.